Sitting here with Ravi Sood from HP, one of the original Voodoo guys, and maybe you can explain to our viewers what Voodoo is. A great Canadian success story as far as computers.
Yeah, sure. Voodoo is a team of gamers who set out to make high-performance gaming PCs, both notebooks and desktops, kind of doing what the typical mainstream PC makers were not doing, which was making high-end, high-performance, exotic works of art.
So, I mean, basically these are computer systems. These aren't the $500 computer systems. These are tricked out gaming machines with hardcore
These are the $5,000
$5,000
computer systems.
But that's kind of funny. You know, a lot of people think there's no way you're going to sell a $5,000 computer. But, I mean, gamers, they're totally into it.
Well, what's interesting is there is a market out there for high-end machines. We were aiming at gamers in a big way, and what's ironic is that we ended up selling to a lot of affluent buyers as well who don't even play games. They just wanted the best of the best machines, or a PC that wasn't slow or crashing all the time.
So it became a status symbol almost.
Became a status symbol.
Very cool. So recently HP,
Yes.
many people familiar with, bought Voodoo.
Yes.
And why?
Oh, that's
Why couldn't they make their own gaming machines?
That's a good question. It's, you know, I think HP is such a large company. It's got a lot of resources, a lot of great legacy behind them. To make high-end PCs is one thing. You need a certain type of culture, a certain type of atmosphere, a certain type of DNA that is not easy just to create on its own. It's got to stem from something. So, like what most big companies will do, if they see some company out there that's doing really well and winning a lot of awards and making a name for itself, they buy them.
Well, back to your point there, I guess people aren't so much buying the power inside, it's really kind of a brand thing.
Correct, absolutely. I think HP has a lot of potential with their labs. Many people don't know, but HP spends around $4 billion a year in R&D.
Wow.
So even though, much of their mainstream business is in mainstream computers, mainstream TVs, or mainstream handhelds, or printers, they have so much R&D capacity that now pairing it with a sort of a luxury type brand, with some of the bleeding edge, intellectual property that they have, there's a strategic fit. So
let's talk about the new Blackbird box from HP.
Sure.
I mean, the thing looks pretty smoking hot.
Yeah. I mean,
did you guys design it, the Voodoo guys?
Yeah. So together, the Blackbird project was a collaborative effort. Basically, it was HP trying to enter into the gaming space, and they wanted to do it right the first time. And it was a project for about a year between the Voodoo folks and some of the HP engineers coming together to create the most, just an amazing desktop machine, money no object.
And talking about money no object, how much is this thing going for?
Blackbird ranges from around $2,800 to as high as about $7,500, maybe $8,000.
And no trouble selling these things, obviously.
No trouble selling them.
Very cool. So what makes it different than other gaming machines?
Many things make Blackbird different. Where should I start? First of all, it's not made out of plastic. It's full metal. So one thing that Voodoo believes is looking at the materials and making sure that they're all high quality and conducive for air cooling. So metal is we're a big fan of metal. And this machine, the design of it was so unique that there was only one machine in the world that could actually make the molds for the side panels and for the most of the chassis, and that was in China, that they actually make parts for cars. So the actual ID is very unique. It's a heavy machine because it's all metal and a very thick metal, so it probably weighs around, I would guess, around 50 pounds loaded. The design of it inside is very unique. So when you open inside the machine, you're going to see a unique cooling system, and just the way the ambient temperature works. The top chamber is separated from the bottom chamber. You'll see a separator in the middle, and that keeps the ambient temperature different so it keeps the CPU at the top cool from the power supply and the hard drives and all the other components that are at the bottom. They are at a different ambient temperature, so we separate that. Airflow comes in from the front, goes out the back, and what else? For people who actually modify their PCs or like to upgrade their PCs, the biggest concern that they have is going into the PC and cutting their hands.
Yeah.
All these other PC cases are so cheap that you're always cutting your hands. Every single bit of metal inside the Blackbird is folded, and getting into the cards, like swapping out your video cards or any other PCI cards, is easy because it's toolless, so you don't have to fight with a screwdriver to get cards out.
Yeah.
That's cool. What else? The hot swappable drives. So if you ever pulled out a hard drive out of a PC, you have to deal with a bunch of cables. One thing Voodoo's known for is no cables. You hide them and tuck them away. And so we've put in a hard drive system that you'll see on the bottom right-hand side that you can just pull out hard drives, it's hot swap, right? So it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Up to 5 hard drives.
Cool. So where can people find out more information about the Blackbird and
HP.com/Blackbird.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us, Ravi. Good
Thank
luck
you
with
very
everything.
much.